Test. You are not on the bench right now. I am simply doing a test. Trying to make sure we get all of our network connection errors fixed, up and running. Test. Test. So right now I'm actually live right now, with the show that I have. Well, it always ends up being his show that I end up catching the error on. Because of course, every time they come, it always works fine until they leave. Yeah. So right now I'm actually live right now, with the show that I have. Well, it always ends up being his show that I end up catching the error on. Because of course, every time they come, it always works fine until they leave. Yeah.
What is in charge of the upstream? The laptop?
Correct.
And it's plugged in?
It's hardwired, correct. That's why I'm saying, like, dude, like, I don't know where it's lying at because this is the issue that I have. It's hardwired into the modem, so I just run a cable through the wall into the. Well, I guess with this new modem, everything's plugged into the router. Before it used to be plugged into the modem. Correct. That's why I'm saying, like, dude, like, I don't know where it's lying at because this is the issue that I have. It's hardwired into the modem, so I just run a cable through the wall into the. Well, I guess with this new modem, everything's plugged into the router. Before it used to be plugged into the modem. It's just a delay because it's on my phone. So, and then another, so you understand streaming. So another reason why I'm able to pinpoint it back to the being the internet is the issue is because all of this shit's in real time and never freezes. The only thing that freezes is the live feed. Correct. And like the gentleman I talked to earlier today, he's like, well, how many devices are logged down? I'm like, brother, that's irrelevant. Like, I'm plugged in, dude. And when I'm live, there is no device. Maybe like one TV. But not enough to slow anything down, dude. Trust me, I've been doing this shit for years, bro. And they're normally like over there streaming or doing whatever. You know what I mean? So.
Right now, I have
The gentleman I talked to earlier today, he's like, well, how many devices are logged down? Like,
should
be two hardwired, right?
Two hardwired and three wireless. One's the Roku TV, one's a Mac, and one's a Logitech.
Logitech's my Mevo.
Okay. And then that Mevo's on the 2.4 gig. I don't know why. But yeah, the other two are plugged in.
Well, the Mevo is controlled off of. Technically, is like a app based thing, but I don't use it as that. It's just a straight up USB.
And that's not affecting anything. What I was gonna say is that if you're connecting more things, your upload is only 20 megs with the
Mevo
ultra speed.
Mm-hmm.
So divvying up that 20 megs, if you're doing 7 or 10 megs upload from just this, it's handing out upload to a few other things, it'll cap out one of them.
But.
And I understand that you're not normally doing that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not. It's never been an issue prior, brother. And I got the same equipment that I've had for. I mean, granted, it's brand new, but it's the same. You know what I'm saying? Just new version of the same stuff. Like, and that's what I was explaining to him. Like, even my son's streaming right now, but he's streaming off of my personal data.
Right.
So like when he's here, I don't even have.
Uploading or just downloading?
He's just playing Fortnite, but he's going off of my.
So it's both.
But it's off my data. It has nothing to do with my business internet.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? So the only thing that can possibly be running right now is my phone's not even on Wi-Fi right now, so it's not mine. So the only thing that should be plugged up, you should see two Macs, which should be this one.
Is one of them a Mac Air?
That's this.
Okay, so I see that one as well.
So, but you see that as Wi-Fi or you see that as hardwired, right? And then there should be another computer.
Another Apple that's hardwired.
Right. So that's my main one. And other than that, when I'm streaming, there's nothing more. Maybe like my phone, but nothing. And even with my phone, the only thing I'm using it for is that just like now we're watching it. You know what I'm saying? And then there should be another computer. Right. So that's my main one. And other than that, when I'm streaming, there's nothing more. Maybe like my phone, but nothing. And even with my phone, the only thing I'm using it for is that just like now we're watching.
Yeah,
It.
and
You know what I'm saying?
the Roku TV is not doing anything crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I can turn that off. It's not even active right now in terms of.
Well, they'll do a lot in the background, like just checking back to the servers. Samsung's more so than Roku's are really notorious for taking
Roku. That's not even a Roku. That's a TCL. It's a Roku TV.
Yeah, but the Samsungs will be notorious for like
Background
constantly checking for updates and stuff. It's really bad. So that's not giving me any flag for that though. That's not acting weird. I do see a sixth device just connected. Oh, that might be the TV reconnecting.
I just turned it off.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: if I bump up the internet, am I gonna? Because here's my thing: I don't mind spending more money for faster shit. The problem that I have is this has been working perfectly fine up until 5 weeks ago.
Well, and if it stabilizes, and if we fixed it, if you can wait a few more months, your download and your upload will be equal. Because here's my thing: I don't mind
spending more money.
Rather than it being 500 down and 20 up, it'll be 500 both ways.
Okay.
So then you wouldn't have to change anything. You'd have tons of upload. Right now, even if you did bump up to a gig, you only go to 35 up, and that's our most up until we're basically tweaking all of our system. Actually, I can say it to you, and you would understand. All of our low ends frequencies we got to double and clear out some of our upper end frequencies.
Got you.
But in the meantime, it still should run. Like you said, it's been working. We've had it where it was nice and stable. It shouldn't necessarily be a bandwidth issue unless something drastically changed, which you're telling me it didn't.
Right. Well, I mean, nothing.
Yeah.
Like I added that one TV, but again, I 99.5% of the time it just uses a screen. It doesn't even. I'm not even using it as a smart TV.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Just the same as this one. This is technically a smart TV, but the only thing I use it for is a screen here.
Oh, right here. Okay.
Yeah, this one right here.
Is this the Fire TV? This is the other one that just started connecting too.
So I mean, how does? Well, maybe because you restarted the internet. But let me ask you something. If I was just to unhook this TV, but this TV shouldn't be streaming if I'm just using it as an input,
would have
right?
To make it forget the network. Yeah, this one right here. To make it actually like disconnect. Because otherwise they'll constantly be connected in the background saying, "Hey, I'm ready." Hey, I'm ready. Hey, I'm ready.
Right.
And if it starts saying, "Hey, I'm ready" too many times, that's clogging it up.
Got you.
And that's where like those Samsungs will do it. I don't know if these ones are doing it. What is this one?
This is a Toshiba.
Okay, I haven't heard of the Toshibas doing it. But it doesn't. I agree with you. It shouldn't be flagging to a point where
it's dropping like my plug-in signal. If anything, my Wi-Fi maybe, but
yeah. This is a Toshiba. Right, and they are routed two separate ways.
Right.
Everything that's on a wire is going through the actual router
itself. So I mean, if anything drops, it should be the extras, not the hard wire. In theory.
It might just be because this is the most dependent and finicky that it's noticing it most, but they're both.
Watch out, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Sorry, he just sneaks up, dude.
That's cool. But if they're both having that reaction, this is where you'll see it first, kind of thing, because it's the most finicky.
Gotcha.
Do you do any Dante stuff? No. I was gonna ask the same thing if you were having issues. Like your Dante stuff wouldn't hook up, right?
No, I mean I literally just stream straight from OBS. That's why I was like, dude, it's like there's only so many issues it could be, and when the issue, like if it was like a computer thing or like even an OBS network, you would physically see it here.
Right, only that one portion rather than.
Right, the only thing that drops is the fucking internet, which makes.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And the audio doesn't drop as bad. Like I'm an audio engineer, so I can hear it a little bit differently. But I don't expect like most people to catch that. But
Well,
it's like
and that's a different compression.
right.
So like we're uploading those separately. This video stream it's struggling with, but the audio will still go through. That might still be on that hitting the upload bandwidth because the video signal will cut out when
Right.
it maxes out. So it might be, but again, if we've done everything right and
No, I
fixed
mean I
everything,
get
it
you.
should be
I
back
just
to
I've
square
never
one.
had that issue prior.
Yeah, and I don't.
Like, dude, I can literally,
If you're doing
I've
it
literally
right,
been
you
in
don't
here
have to change
streaming.
anything.
Yeah, I've literally been in here streaming.
Yeah.
And doing sessions in there where they're like fucking downloading files off YouTube at the same time with
Yeah.
and then he'll be in there tapped into Wi-Fi if need be for pulling up beats or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they don't do much. They literally just maybe download something that's like 2 minutes. But even then, I've never.
Do you have any DVR systems that upload?
I do have a DVR system, but I don't have it hooked up to the network because I thought maybe that could be hooking.
Well, and that was the other thing. A lot of times, if that's say every 6 hours it starts uploading, at that one moment in time when it uploads,
I do have a DVR system, but I don't have it hooked up to the network because I thought maybe that could be hooking.
well, and that was the other thing. A lot of times, if that's say every 6 hours, it's uploading.
Walked away. I forgot this shit was even live. I'm back. We still testing. We still testing. We still testing. I'm back. We still testing. We still testing. We still testing.
Does that seem like the normal amount of delay?
Well, yeah, the delay is just because I'm live.
Yeah.
Off my own. You know what I'm saying? So that's normal. The delay is not. That just
But it's
depends
not
on
cutting
whoever's
it off.
device. It's as long as it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
which so far none of. I mean, but this is right around the time when it starts fucking up. Is that
I was
10,
gonna
15
say,
minute mark?
within Roughly 10 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's no. The delay is not. That just depends on whoever's device. It's as long as it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, which so far none of. I mean. And this is what always happens, bro. I feel like this shit just trying to make me a joke. Like, watch Wednesday, I'm gonna be calling your ass like, yo, bro.
Unfortunately, it is not just you. That is, I guess, Murphy's Law.
Dude, it's the.
Yeah.
It's
It'd
just
be
like
really
anything.
easy
It's
to
just
do
like
it all.
anything, bro. Especially when you're trying to troubleshoot something.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, it was.
Yeah. Well, and,
What seems to be working fine.
I mean, there's a lot of parallels here. For me, it's clean signal and good power.
Right.
If I have clean signal, which it seems like I do,
Mm-hmm.
ruling out other things that have changed,
Right.
your power seems fine.
Right.
So,
Because that was the only thing that could have been, which would have made sense. Because like I told the lady originally, when this all started, there was a big power surge, like across the street or some shit. But the whole area went out. I'm talking network, lights, power, everything. And ever since then, it's
been great.
this just.
well,
And I would have ruled out maybe it was just me, maybe it's some updated equipment, it's a brand new laptop, and everybody in the building is having intermittent.
Has he called?
Yeah, so they came out and replaced all kind of shit over there for him, and I asked him the other day. He said he's still running into the same issues. Now him more so on the weekends. Now his does make sense because he rents to all these other people over here and gives them access to the Wi-Fi. So Saturday they're probably all here, so that would make sense to an extent. I'm hardwired in, bro. Like,
well, and you're on separate lines.
Yeah, I got my own. Yeah, I don't have nothing to do with him unless it meets up at the building somewhere.
Well, they both meet up back on that back pole. That's where our network ends. You're at the end of our street.
Uh-huh.
And because you're at the end of the street, it also means every person up the street is ahead of you.
Right.
So if one person got fried and didn't call us, and they're still having equipment that's freaking out up the street, you're behind them.
So it could be in the chain somewhere.
Right. So we may not have fixed the next person up that's causing all of the massive chaos down too. And
makes sense.
That's kind of hard when it gets fried. Hopefully it's not something that's actually like one of the lines up the pole.
Right.
You should know that. It should be giving me errors, but
yeah, you would see something at some point, I would imagine.
Right. Well, and like as much as you have like bit rate, I have bit error rate.
Right.
My bit error rate is 0. I'm getting 0 errors. So it's not like it's a signal right now, signal issue. Now, come later evening, come whatever, when other people are on it, when it rains, something like that.
So that was another thing I was going to say. The only thing that has happened since Homeboy came out the last time, so last weekend, the only thing that happened between then and my show Wednesday was a badass storm that was here for 2 days back to back to back to back. And every time it rains, like, this area in general loses power. When it rains like that, it loses power. Or even if it's just for like seconds, it reboots every damn thing.
Yeah, well, and I see that they moved the modem power so that it's plugged into the wall.
Yep, directly.
About all that stuff.
Yeah, because originally it was plugged into the APCs, but he was like, "Yo, the APCs could not be working." I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever. We'll run it into the wall." But we changed that the first time we changed the router.
So I plugged the router into the APC because the router doesn't actually care; just the modem does. But I flipped the direction of the modem plug-in too, because normally it's polarized. It has a big side and a small side. I flipped it to the side that it acts as polarized, because if it's on the wrong one and it's flipped the other way,
could see some power issues.
It'll
throws off the polarity
a little bit. And any of the power strips, if it dips in the power, gets below.
So should I just run a power strip just for that by itself?
No, right into the wall for that modem. It's going to be happy.
Okay.
Happiest. But if it's raining and you're having issues and everything's dipping out, okay, we know it's a environmental thing. We got to figure that out. But I don't think it's you're wiring your equipment thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, they've, like I said, dude, the dudes went above and beyond. They changed all this shit. I'm like, brother, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I promise you, I can't make this up.
Well, and I absolutely believe you.
Right.
You have no interest in making this up.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I don't like losing money. Like,
no, yeah, exactly. So, but from what I saw, I didn't follow anything that they did wrong.
Gotcha.
But as I switch things out because I'm here anyway, if I happen to grab the connector that was bad, great.
Cool.
But it seems like it's
everything's running smooth. Yeah, no, right now it's definitely stable, and it would have. Let's see. I'm almost 18. I'm almost 20 minutes in, so it definitely would have already dropped signal by now.
Okay.
And when I say drop signal, you can immediately see it. It's like,
yeah,
and then it don't regain.
And then the lip sync and the audio and the video's off and everything. Like
well, I mean, the audio stays consistent.
But I mean, is there like?
But yeah, there's like it's like an old kung fu movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then normally, and something like that happens and it's not the internet, I'm like, all right, cool, it's an equipment thing. But bro, everything is like there's no hard drive. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing that. This is all USB shit. Yeah. So with the exception of the plug-in coming in and then the screen, and again, the only thing added to this was I added a TV, but I don't even use it.
Yeah, and I don't.
That's literally meant for a screen for in there because I got an engineer that records himself. He's an artist and records himself.
Yeah. So
that when he's here working on himself, he can record himself from in here.
Nice. Yeah, it unless it's doing something wrong,
right,
it shouldn't be affecting it.
Right.
But
Who knows?
1 out of 1,000 we've had are doing something wrong. So
It
that's
happens,
kind of why I
right.
bring it up. But it seems fine. This one doesn't do anything crazy. Everything on our side is pointing at the correct levels and signals.
Bubba, you seeing this, right? The dude I do his show. I was like, yo, I want you to tap in. I want you to watch this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I want you
I
to.
mean, you guys know it best. You guys deal with it every day, every time.
And see, and then, there, yeah, whatever. It's working fine.
Cool.
You see, I'm flipping screens and with no issues. And that's another thing too. Honestly, sometimes when you start clicking around too much,
Yeah, like a RAM issue maybe.
but it's not though because.
But, actually clear
But yeah,
up
that's
for a
what it
second.
acts like.
Yeah.
Yeah. To explain it the best.
Yeah.
But dude, and like, cause you can tell when it's the computer, cause when it's the computer, it'll lag right here.
Sure.
See how quick it's let me in, and this is live.
From the Sunshine State.
So you'll start seeing it in just a second. Forgive the lighting. I don't have it all set. I just turned it on. And... Bubba, you seeing this, right? The dude I do his show. I was like, yo, I want you to tap in. I want you to watch this shit. Like, I want you to. Fucking text me. See, and then, yeah, whatever. It's working fine. You see, I'm flipping screens and with no issues. And that's another thing too. Honestly, sometimes when you start clicking around too much, but it's not though. Because, but yeah, that's what it acts like. Yeah. To explain it the best. But dude, and like, cause you can tell when it's the computer, cause when it's the computer, it'll lag right here. See how quick that's going? Bro, I swear to God, if I was to do that last week, that shit would have. It wouldn't have known what to fucking do.
Interesting.
Computer would have been working fine. It keeps up, but the live just was like.
Yeah, you're pushing and pushing, but it's not getting to the server to come back to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's like no communication
Yeah.
basically. So.
And like I said, all of this sounds like an upload issue.
Yeah.
Hopefully we resolve the upload issue, but
when I say drop signal,
that all sounds like it's just not uploading fast enough.
It keeps up, but the live just was like. Yeah, and like right now, even right now, so I'm running multiple cameras just to kind of like alienate that it's not like a hardware item or something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like
Yeah, it's
even
all
my
discussed.
computer camera, they're both in sync right now.
Nice.
So I just because you had mentioned you see the Mevo, so I'm like, hold on, let me. Maybe the Mevo is giving me issues. It's possible, but it's not. It's a USB camera at this point. Now you can run that directly off of apps and this, that, and other, but I don't.
Well, and my guess is that's probably why it's on the 2.4 as well, just because it's the Bluetooth. Like they're the same.
Exactly right. It has your phone reads it and then it pings from the phone basically. So
That's cool.
that's normal, right?
And that's even on a third band.
Right.
So like there's two Wi-Fi bands. Your 2.4 is separate from your 5.
Right.
As long as both of them are getting enough
Signal, I should be good.
both directions, yeah, it won't really care that way.
Exactly right. It has I mean, brother, I'm not gonna sit here and waste any more of your time. I see everything working fine. Bubba, you see this shit, right? Alright, he said he gotta go. Alright, man, look, I appreciate you, brother. Like I said, this is definitely, because even like the first time the guy came and changed, as soon as he fucking left.
Yeah.
I'm talking as soon as he left. I was like, oh my God. So, like, at least this time, like, dude, like I said, I'm, 20 minutes in?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take any